people. The movie just recently came out with Mark Ruffalo and Michael Keaton.
It's almost like when
have you seen that movie yet?
People do say something about it. There's all this background noise surrounding it as well. It just sort of just gets blended in with all the other. Yeah,
there's a movie that just came out. I can't think of the name of it, but
going around at the time.
It's talking about the people who covered up the pedophile priests back in the and it just talks about how something
here
like
in Australia,
that's the thing.
Royal Commission
at the very end of that thing, they showed all the countries and all the towns in the world. Hang on, they said all the countries
people to come forwards with their stories. You know, you could be absolutely anonymous.
So this is the thing.
Come forwards with your stories. This is your chance to get it off.
At the end of that movie, they showed a list of all the different towns in America, all the different towns in the world that this has happened to, and guess what was on that list? Mildura, Australia. Mildura. Pedophile priest in Mildura. And the fact is, none of these fucking people ever got fired. They just got moved to a different parish.
Yeah, they got relocated.
Yeah.
Where they're not known.
Yeah, exactly. And it said, what this movie said, that 50% of preachers are sexually active, and at least 10% of them are pedophiles. And they reckon the reason that it keeps getting covered up is because half of them are already sexually active and they don't want to expose that fact. So to cover up their own asses about fucking 20-year-olds and, you know, some of them even fucking dudes and stuff like that, whatever their preference being. Are you alright there?
I'm good.
Okay. But it just, and it gets covered up by those 50% because they also don't...
one of those things I have a zero tolerance for.
Yeah.
Being
fucking everyone has a fucking zero tolerance for this shit, man.
But you see...
Children can't defend themselves. And especially from someone who's fucking supposed to be a fucking father figure. These fucking people supposed to be looking after their fucking people. It just makes me so angry that they got away with it and they get away with it to this day. I live down the road from this goddamn church that all this shit happened from. 2 blocks over from where I live now is the fucking church where all this shit happened in Mildura. That church is still operational. Ain't got shut down. But the people, you don't want to blame the church. Well, who am I going to blame? Who am I going to point the finger at? It's obviously someone's covering this shit up. And it ain't the fucking general public. And general public isn't just turning the fucking blind eye. It's the fucking church. The churches are covering this shit up. And there are poor fucking victims who have to fucking go through this their entire fucking lives. Have to live with this shit their entire fucking lives. You know? And half the time they don't want to come out and tell their story. They're too embarrassed. Some of these are fully grown men. They don't want to admit that they were fucking touched when they were kids. So what are you supposed to do? How do you stop it? The only way you can stop it is to investigate the other 50% who are fucking aged people and put an end to that. But that's not going to happen. They're not going to stop that. Because it's human nature to want to fuck. It is.
It's fucked up.
It's human nature to want to fuck. So I don't blame...
We're going over the lines, I think.
What line?
You know.
There is no line. Southencross resistance below the line.
As I said, like, there's something like pedophilia, I think, zero tolerance. You know, I've seen a Facebook meme, and it almost rings true. You know, if a dog attacks a child, they put the dog down.
Yep.
But...
Well, just like when you're a kid, man, and you got fucking taught, you know, if you can't use something, you should...
that assault children, they seem to be protected or brushed under the rug or, you know, it's too taboo to talk about it or face, so let's not, you know, let's just put it in a protected environment where they're with the rest of them.
Well, a woman recently came out and said that Australian PMs were touching her when she was a child. That there was a child sex slavery ring running through Canberra, and people can go up and look up the article if they want. And two sitting prime ministers touched up this little girl when she was less than 6 years old. And from what she said she saw murders, she saw torture, she saw rape. while being under control, while being not under control, but while being in this pedophile ring. And it was all sitting some of them were sitting prime ministers, some of them were politicians, some of them were police chiefs. You want to know why this shit never gets caught? Because you get the high people in power and then you get dirt on them. Second you have some dirt on them, man, doesn't matter if it's, oh, okay, this married man's from everything from this married man's fucking a 20-year-old prostitute to this fucking 90-year-old, to this, you know, Jimmy Saville-like character who's standing right next to the fucking Prince Charles, shaking his hand saying, oh, they're best of friends, when he was running fucking little kids and shit like that out of the fucking house.
It's a fuck topic, man. I sort of don't like talking about it.
Well, at the end of the day, if we don't discuss it and we don't cover the topics, as hard as it is to discuss.
Like, call me harsh, bullet in the back of the head, like, problem solved.
No, I think it should be.
They used to hang people just to save on money.
Yeah.
You know, they hung people to save space in jails.
Yeah.
To save money.
But they've actually...
Because they knew it was just a fucking drain on tax
Yeah, but
dollars.
dude, it costs a lot more to kill someone than it does to keep them alive for 40 plus years.
It costs more to kill someone
they found
than
that
to keep them alive for 40 plus
years.
years.
They found the statistics over in America. The anti...
What?
Yeah, the anti-execution mobs found the statistics and how much it was costing to keep all these prisoners alive.
They must be in the same boat as the IPCC. Fucking... You know,
no, because of the chemicals.
Manipulating data and shit. That doesn't sound right to me.
Well,
a piece of rope sounds a bit cheaper than.
Well, they don't hang people anymore.
40 years.
But they don't hang people anymore. They use those chemicals, and those chemicals are very expensive.
Oh, well, if you look at it like that, maybe they should stop using the chemicals and go back to the rope.
Yeah, probably be a lot fucking cheaper. But then you have the innocent person who's been accused of something they've never done. What do you do then? You kill them, and they're already dead. They can't prove their innocence once they're dead. And then you have that problem. I mean, could you imagine someone accusing you of being a pedophile? You know what I mean? And go in the court, and then fucking for some reason you had no alibi for where you were that night, and then fucking for some reason the judge rules it against you and fucking puts you in jail. You know you're innocent.
Our system,
judicial.
Is judicial. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, judicial.
It's supposed to be, innocent until proven guilty. That's why we have court systems. Why we have lawyers for defence and offence. You know, we have prosecutors.
Wasn't innocent until proven guilty when it come to Martin Bryant. He was fucking guilty straight off the bat. Everyone fucking, no, he's guilty. He's guilty. We know he's guilty.
It's been proven throughout history as people being convicted of doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And getting sentenced.
That's why I don't believe in the death penalty.
Yeah.
I believe in castration.
Instant relief, you know. Everyone's going
to
die anyway.
Here's what we should do for these
Death
fucking
is a great
pedophiles.
equalizer.
Here's what we should do for these fucking pedophiles, man. Remember when you were a kid and you were fucking around with something and your mum took it off you and you said you can't use it properly, you shouldn't have it at all? Castration for all the pedophiles. If they can't fucking use it properly, they shouldn't have it at all. Just sit them in a chair, cut a little hole in the chair, let things dangle like natural, and they wouldn't even notice. Simple. Chemical castration for all pedophiles.
It sort of doesn't really matter.
But then again, you come down to the simple fact of what happens when somebody's innocent. You know what I mean?
Well, you're basically justifying torture / mutilation depending on how the process is done.
Chemical castration is a little different. You can get all your shit back. I think if I know,
drop and a short stop, it sort of eliminates the problem from the get-go. There's no risk after that.
Yeah. What risk of what? What, the pedophile?
Yeah.
What once you put him to death?
Basically.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But at the end,
you're not going to do it again.
Well, just look at okay. The problem is, and what we got started on, dude. There are thousands of kids.
Dog tax child that put it down.
I know, but there are thousands of kids that get nabbed every day.
There's no risk now.
But the high billionaires, like the people with real fucking money, throw these eyes wide shut type parties, man, where you go into certain rooms And there's a lot of fucking things going on in that room. You really think Bohemian Grove is just a bunch of Republicans dancing around in the wolves, dancing around, in fucking the woods, going sha-la-la-la-la? No, man, they're sacrificing fucking children down there, man.
I'm tired because, I don't like to knock successful people. They get there themselves. But when it's something morally wrong with me, when someone's ridiculously fucking rich, and where it doesn't matter, truth gets pushed aside because this person has fucking a great deal of influence, power, money, a key role in society, and all this is, they're basically on a pedestal and they can't be touched.
Yep.
This bullshit, I think, should be, this is what's fucked up in society, in our world. It's one of them fucked up moral things, where money's untouchable.